water all over my. Good morning and welcome to the live show, pre-market live show. It's Friday, March 21st. As I was taking a drink, I spilled water all over myself, but it's all good. And here's the pre-market map, the pre-market map. You guys can see it. It is a little bit red, so we didn't think it was crossing through. We'll look at it today, see how it's going to go, and then we'll let you know what it looks like. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. Let's go ahead and jump into our Jolie's jumpers right here. I'm going to make it a quick show because I have to hop off soon, and we'll just get rocking and rolling right through everything. ALUR, here we go. I hope everybody's having a great morning again. It's Friday. ALUR is running up to that 50 right there, not looking bad. And how about ARBB? Let's see what that's up to right here. ARBB, it was running up yesterday, it appears. Let me take a quick look at it right here. ARBB, not familiar. Oh, that's not it though. I need a second R in there. Hold on. I need two B's and one R. Let me get this right here. There we go. It ran up yesterday, pulled back a little bit this morning. So that's your ARBB, but it was running up. We'll look at it. It's right on that 20, so maybe it'll try to bounce back up again. And DSS right here, packaging and containers. This one's running up right there. Maybe that's today's date. I can't really tell. Yesterday it ran up. And today, it is just hanging out at $1.08 right there. And what did it go up to yesterday? $1.34. It was cruising. So DSS, I don't know what that arrow is. I never seen that. That's weird. Anyway, GCTK we were looking at last night. Good old GlucoTrack is running up this morning. I think it was at like 60 cents or something, 51.95. It was just up there, 65.99. I was gonna say I just saw it up there a little bit ago, and there you go. That one was popped up there, and we'll keep an eye on it. But it is running up this morning, and that is your GCTK. And here we go at HCWC. Let's look at it. HCWC, Healthy Choice Wellness. Can't even read. Anyway, HCWC, them letters are killers, and it ran up yesterday 53 to 73, and then this morning at 68. It's just kind of hanging out, came down to 65, so keep an eye on that. It's not looking terrible in that channel. Maybe it could move around this today. And IBO, that one had run up big yesterday, and I think it's running up again today. IBO, let's take a look at it. 55 to 510 yesterday. And then today, 345 to 513. So that's a pretty good pop up this morning as well. And that's a biotech company. It was running up like crazy yesterday. And PNBK, yeah, I didn't do that one right. There you go. PNBK, a national bank. I remember we looked at this not long ago. It was definitely down there. I don't know if the trend line was up there yet, but it was definitely down there, and it popped up there yesterday, 101 to 204, and today 183, and it's pulling back, so it did run up nice yesterday, hit that resistance. And PSTV, let's see, PSTV right here, Plus Therapeutics, and they have earnings coming up next week on Thursday, that is. And let's see what it's doing. I know it was running yesterday, and let's see, it's just trying to move up. It's up over that 50. We were talking about it, and 51 to 208. And today it's at $1.10 to $1.25. It's at $1.17 and not looking too bad there for PSTV. Keep an eye on that. Might have some momentum left in it. And I can't really type this morning, so TOMZ, here we go. Let me look at it. It is moving. Is that today right there? TOMZ. That was yesterday, and it was 86 to 115. It closed at about 99 right there, and it moved up. Actually, it just opened up and came down, so it ran up yesterday, and that's why you have to lock in those profits when these things are moving, because they can come back pretty fast. And there's your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Let me take a quick look at our laptop lowdowns, and then we'll take a quick look at our market and see what's going on here. And let's see what Laptop Travel has for us. TNDM, Tandem Diabetes. Let's look at it. TNDM. DM right here, and that's going to be hitting that 20, curling back to the MACD to roll back up. And APDN, we've been watching this one, and we'll see what it wants to do. But look at that curl move right there. It's down a little bit this morning, nothing crazy, and we know it dips around and jumps around as it curls up there. So that is your APDN look right there, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. And that AREB is looking pretty wild right here too, so keep an eye on this. We're looking to see how low it can come down, AREB, but it is going to get set up really soon, so keep an eye on that thing because it looks like it's almost ready right there. And ATXI, Avenue Therapeutics, that one took a really nice dip. I would have thought that was in a nice spot right there, but maybe that's going to be a really good dip and rip look. So yeah, look at that bad boy. I would say that's going to be a pretty good dip and rip look. So keep an eye on ATXI right there. Avenue Therapeutics, that could be driving down the avenue real soon. Maybe one for next week right there. CSCI ran up there, let's see, CSCI, and then pulling back, it looks like yesterday. So it did run up, and now it is pulling back for CSCI. And let's take a look at Ecor. That's down there. I know we've looked at this one recently, and that one is down there, and we'll look for that one to curl back up. That one's not too bad right there. And EVOK right here. EVOK way down there. That's a really nice dip for EVOK. Look at this thing. We'll look to see if that's a bottom right there, so I'll keep an eye on that today. I'll go through this list later. And let's see, Green Lane or something, GNLN, Green Lane Holdings. And this one is pulling back some more, so just keeping an eye on this one as well. So yeah, some good low down ones right here. And that took a hit, and it keeps on dipping. Actually, it was pulled up the one day, but it is dipping down there. We were looking at it last night, but it's starting to curl, so you know it's going to run around as it curls up. And KBSX right here, let's see, it's up 29 cents. It looks like KBSX. And let's see, it was running up back there, hitting the 20 up here, but the 20's coming down on it, so it might get curled down off of that MACD. It looks like LGMK. Let's look at Logic Mark. We didn't look at it. Did we look at it last night? I don't remember. I don't think I even had it on the list. I forget, but it did pull back there. I was looking at it, and so yeah, we'll see what it wants to do today. It opened up at 14, and it's up to 15, and came back to 14. So yeah, we'll look at this Logic Mark. It's just been dipping down, and maybe that. Remember, they hit that. They just make a level and come down a level. So you got to be really, really patient with these and know that they're really trying to get out of that basement or curl up. And we've been saying that for a little while now. And move. We were looking at this to try to make a move, and I think it's going to get closer now. So we'll watch this one because it is on that trend line down there. So I am looking at that to make a move soon. We'll look at that for next week. And ONCO right here. Let's see what it's doing. And it is not looking bad. It's starting to get set up. ONCO. And yeah, it's starting to set up. You can see it trying to run yesterday. It's trying to get better today. And we'll look at that one. Keep an eye on that one to try to get moving a little bit. I don't know if it's going to have a huge pop, but it has a 20 all the way up there. So keep an eye on that. And that Starbox is at this one, STBX. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is getting set up. It's up a little bit today, and I'd keep an eye on this thing right here because it looks like it might want to get crazy really soon right there. So keep an eye on STBX. I would say that is a pretty good setup. I always like them guys. And TWNP. Let's see what Twin Hospitality's doing. It's just down there. That is a new one. TWNP. Well, there we go. See if that's a little bottom look right there. So it is in the basement. We'll look if it's trying to get curled up right there. And let's look at Vero, VERO. And that has earnings at the very end of the month. It was trying to curl up there. Let me see what this one's doing. Hold on. Oh, what did I do? I pulled up Veri instead, but let me get the O on there. There we go. And it's hitting that 20, and yeah, it's pulling back, so we'll have to see. It was trying to crawl through right there, and that 20 rejected it. It said, no way. XHLD, that's at 10 holdings. It ran up the other day, and it looked like, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it wants to get set up. It's up, it looks like, this morning. Yeah. Keep an eye on this bad boy, too, because it looks like it's pretty good right there. Trying to curl up and get out of the basement and has some room for XHLD and ZYXI. ZYXI right here, medical distribution. And this one's way down there as well, ZYXI. And there you go. So that one's getting curled up, and we'll keep an eye on that for next week. And there you go for your laptop lowdowns. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the market. It is red, and then I'm going to hop off because I do have to get cruising early today. But let's take a look. IBO's up, ALUR and PNBK and RGC. Look at that thing, still up higher into the 50s right now. I mean, holy cow. Look at that bad boy. It just keeps running up there, guys. That's pretty amazing. Right there for RGC. And here we go with this. Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, Tesla, and Apple are all red right there. So let's see what they're up to in the SPY and our big caps real quick. Our SPY is down 305. And is it? Obviously, it's not getting through. And it's just kind of flat. I have a feeling they're going to leave it almost flat at the end of the week, just like this. And then you're just... It could go either way. I mean, they're just going to leave it up to a coin flip at the end of the weekend, and that's exactly where it's set up to be. Hit that line. That's why I never thought it was really, truly getting through. It did look good to obviously set up, and like we were talking about, maybe they have one more pullback before they really get ready here. So I'll keep you guys posted today, as I have been. And Apple is down a little bit, and it's just kind of flat, but pulling back right there. So let's look at Apple. Well, only two O's, two A's. Here we are, but yeah, it is pulling back a little bit, and they just weren't exactly ready yet. Amazon, that's down 55 cents, and it was curling up, and Amazon does look like it bottomed out there, but again, just kind of wants to get moving, just not exactly ready yet. It's just waiting. So let's see. It doesn't look bad, I have to say that, but we'll keep an eye on Amazon. We know it's getting set up. And let's look at Google right here. And this one, I think, is also trying to get set up. Look at it. It's just pulled. Is it pulling itself back out? Yeah, it's going to look at it. It was up a little higher yesterday. It's pulling itself down, and it's just going to be a little bit flat right there. And again, they're going to end them flat, so you have no idea what they're going to do Monday morning. But anyway, let's look at them for today. Meta just continuing that curl. And again, I just think we see it's flat right there for Meta. It just wasn't doing anything, huh? 586, that's where it's sitting right now, and that's where it did close. So Meta just hanging out right there. Microsoft is down $1, and let's see what it wants to do. And these things could try to even crawl back up, but they're going to sit on that line right there, that MACD. I don't think they're necessarily going to get really rolling, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And let's see what else is going on here with our big caps and our Mag 7 with NVIDIA. Let's see right there. NVIDIA's hitting that 20 and just flattened right out right there. Just took a nice flat boom. So look at it. It can get into that channel next week. And again, they're not going to give us a look to even tell what's going to be going on. But we do know they're getting set up. And Tesla is down $1. And again, it could pull back a little bit more down here. So we'll keep an eye on it and see where you can get your bottom prices at. It's flat. So yeah, it did pull back that day. And that was probably your bottoms down there. And we'll keep an eye on Tesla right there. So there you go with your Mag 7. AMC was up a penny. Look at this thing getting set up right here. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this for next week as well. AMC not looking bad. And let's look at GameStop. That was trying to get set up as well. And let's look, they had their earnings coming up next week on, Tuesday that is. So they're really coming up. It's in that channel right there. We'll get that 20 to curl up. So GameStop looking much better right there. You can see it. And that's an easy one to see. So GameStop should be trying to cruise up a little bit. And Chewy wasn't looking bad yesterday either off that trend line and trying to curl up. It doesn't look like it's moving yet. It's just hanging out. But again, just hanging out. And it's not going to cross over here and give us that look. So we're going to have to take a guess. But it is looking good off that trend line. Could pull back down there. So yeah, it's they're not going to make it easy. That's for sure. And Netflix right here. Let's see what Netflix is up to. Oh, that's looking better, guys. I'm telling you, it's trying to get curled back up. So they are looking better. And Netflix is even showing it right here. You can see it's in between this, and it's going to get it pinched up and really rolling. And Netflix is really solid, I'll tell you that. I mean, they didn't even want to. They went over 1,000, and that was its bottom when it came down to that 881. Or no, that wasn't the bottom. That was the high that day. 854 it came down to, so that was a nice dip. That's up $100 right now, and that is Netflix. And let's go ahead and look at some semiconductors. AVGO. It looked like it was down. It is. Oh, what do I hit when I do that? AVGO just sitting there kind of flat almost, but it is down a little bit. You can see it probably closed up higher yesterday, 190, and now it's at 189. So it did open at the 190, and it's just flat, guys. It's just sitting right there, completely flat, not telling you what it wants to do. MU pulled back. Look at this thing just hanging out by this line. It did pull back under. It does look like MU could pull back a little bit and even look at this channel getting set up. So MU could get set up right there. Yeah, look at it coming back. So you could see MU pull back a few bucks right there. And TSM, that's down. And this one was starting to look great. It had the 20. It needed to get off of there. And now it's just sitting on there. So look at that thing. Just kind of sitting. If it's not even under it, it might be even under. It looks like it's under that trend line. And yeah, it is. So you can tell. And there's your 20 right there, so it couldn't truly get back over that 20, and obviously, but yeah, it had that trend line. It was trying to pop off, and it's not. So pulling back a little bit. SMCI up 40 cents right here, and let me take a look at it. It's in that channel, but this one is getting set up. It's not ready yet, so it's just going to be hanging out. So again, not completely ready to get cruising. And AMD's pulled back a little bit, and we'll see. It might have ran up yesterday at the top of it for this little run right here. We'll look at today. Maybe it tries to get a little higher up there today. So it is flat. Look at them. They're all flat on this Friday morning, and they're not giving us that look of what they really want to do or be able to tell for next week. So it's going to be a tough one right there. And let's take a look and see QCOM right here. Let me see. That is down. It was kind of just flat, but it's just sitting there. You can see the 20 is going to try to wrap around it. So they are getting set up, guys. They're just not completely ready. And I'll tell you when they're ready. And Intel just pulling back a little bit, and it's not looking terrible right there, but it could have a little bit of pullback. And how about PayPal? That's down a little bit, and this one actually is trying to fight to get back over there. So maybe it pulls back a hair, PayPal. Let me take a better look at it right here. And yeah, it's just fighting to get up there. And it could try to even fight it up there today to hit that 20. I don't know if it'll get up there, but it'll be another one to take a look at for next week. They're just not going to give us that look. I can already tell. And Snow, look at it hitting that line, going flat. I thought Snow wanted to come down. They've been running up a little bit this week. But again, it looks like it has that look like it wants to roll off and come down that one last time, probably maybe even another time after that, but at least right now, and they got good trend lines and support and stuff, so I would assume it was just one more time. And here is Dell right here, and Dell's hitting that 20 and getting knocked down. So DELL, let me see it better right there. And yeah, hitting there, it was had that look yesterday, and now today it's just pulling back, and it'll roll off the MACD when it's ready. So PLTR right here, Palantir, and this one is going to get rolling up there. So it is getting set up. It's just not ready to get flying. So yeah, keep an eye on the ones that you really like, guys, because they are trying to get set up. They're just not ready yet. Sophie's down a little bit, and another one you can see it trying to get set up in that spot. And here it is. Yeah, hitting the 20 yesterday, pulling back. And again, there's your futures right there. Your lumber and your orange juice look good, and live cattle and oats. So go out and grab all that, and your VIX is way up there. So that's there you go with that one. It's going to be red if the VIX is way up like that. And that was, I forget what we even just did. Sophie probably. And Marit, I wanted to look at Marit and Riot because, again, they're getting set up. But not, look at them two charts, completely the same right there. I mean, not up here, but look down there. Nope, that's not it, though. I was going to say that's not it, but there it is. Flat, trying to curl through. Look at this thing. And then watch this. Just trying to get it, just got through flat right there, setting up. So very similar right there for Riot and Mara. This one's down here setting up. The other one's up there. So really similar right there. So they're getting set up to run. And Clean Spark, look at this one. This one's over and kind of very similar as well. And let's look at MicroStrategy. So yeah, crypto's just not ready yet, but it is getting set up as well. Look, even Strategy kept itself up here. He struggled to, but he did. So it's going to be popping real soon. And a very similar look again, maybe a little bit of pullback, but Strategy's looking good right there. And let's look at Coinbase. That's down $1.88, and another one getting set up right there. Not looking bad on Coinbase. Let's see. Yep, they're all looking not too bad. Like I said, they're not ready to get popping, but they're not looking bad. Robinhood's curled up right there, hitting the 20, just kind of stopped, but not looking too bad. Robinhood's going to get set up again, as they all do, and get moving. You can see Robinhood looks pretty good right here. So I would say Robinhood's a pretty solid one, and we'll be back into the 60s in no time probably. And let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. Robinhood, that one. As ExxonMobil, that was the one I wanted to look at. It was down 27 cents. It had been running up, and it's right there. And Oxy is down. Let me take a quick look at Bitcoin and crypto. They're red, 83,966. It looks like Bitcoin was at. And let me see. Ethereum's at 1,963, and Solana's at 126. Ripple's at 236, and let's see, Chainlink's at 1403, Cardano's at 70, HBAR's at 18, but it is down. It's at 18.4, so they did pull back a little bit, and you can tell what Bitcoin they did. So I'll take a look at Bitcoin really quick here, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I do have to hop off early today. So let's look at Bitcoin right here. Here we go. And yeah, hitting the 20. Looks like it's getting pushed down, but I'm telling you, it's going to push down and roll up here, and then that's going to be it. It's going to get moving after that. So I would say things are getting set up. I wasn't that confident that they were going to get cruising through. And but yeah, we'll take a look at them. ALUR, that one has popped up there. I mentioned that one on the thing. And PNBK right here. This one's that Patriot National. I know we looked at the other couple, IBO and GCTK. Thank you there. Stocking up for future. And let's see, RNAZ. Yeah, that one hasn't been looking good, looking bad right there, Melinda. And let's look at it. Yeah, that thing's starting to curl up and look really good. It is jumped up 18 cents. Remember, we were talking about it's getting set up. I think we even said, look, keep an eye on it last night. And RNAZ, there you go. And it is cruising up there and has not been looking bad. So, yeah, I like that. And you have a trend line all the way up here. So it could even run higher into the $1.20 area. So keep an eye on that. And not looking bad. So there you go. That one did run up as well. And boom, there you go. It was ready. So I would say just watch that trend line up here and that $1.20 area. But, yeah, it could get rolling. Your 20s coming down on it. There you go. Nice, Melinda, right there. And we did all them guys. And let me just see what's on here real quick, and then I'm going to hop off. Like I said, it's a little bit red. We'll see what's active real quick. that Damien or something. We had looked at that the other day. I remember when it ran up, it's pulling back in our GCTK, IBO, ALUR, and all these guys that we basically looked at. LITM, we were looking at that. That's up some more right there. So keep an eye on that. And then your FXI, remember we said that was coming down. That's that China big cap. And this BTOG, like I said, trying to get set back up. And Nike's down some more. They took a huge hit. Look at that thing way down there, guys. Nike took a big old dip. Let's look at that. NKE. Wow, look at that thing. Took a nice dip right there. And we'll have to keep an eye on Nike to see when it wants to get turned around, because it is down right there. AGMH, keep an eye on this. It's going to try to get set up as well. And yeah, there you go. I would say that's a pretty good pre-market review on a Friday. We made it to Friday, guys, in a rough, crazy week, that's for sure. And let's see all the same ones it looks like. And look, there's really not much. And LSB's at Lakeshore we've looked at. So we've seen everything right there. And let me just take a quick look and we'll see what's trending, if anything crazy. And then, like I said, I'm going to hop off early today because the wifey has to get out of here early. MU, Nike, GameStop is up. It looks good. RGC is up. Let's see. WGRX, weren't we just looking at that thing the other day? That's been running up. I'm not sure. I think we were looking at it, but I was saying, make sure it gets up to that top area, like into the top. So that one, and is FDX the China one? No, that's FedEx. Oh yeah, I keep doing this with FedEx. FDX, FedEx, that took a huge dip yesterday. That's right. I forgot we were talking about that as well, and it looks like it dipped down some more. So yeah, I don't know what happened with them, but they must have missed their earnings report. Wow, FedEx and Nike, a bunch of them getting smacked down. So maybe it's not done, guys. I just knew it wasn't ready to get curled up, and they do look like they're trying to bottom out. They're getting set up, so we're keeping an eye on them day by day. You guys know that. And let me see what else is going on here. LAZR, let's see what that's up to. Laser. Luminar Technologies, that was up the other day. I'd have to look. It looks like it's trying to run back up, actually, so keep an eye on this LAZR. We'll look at it. It ran up yesterday, kind of pulling back here. I'll take a look at it, but it is trending right there. And then QBTS, they are pulling back a little bit. And again, they ran up, they topped out, coming back. We'll wait for them to roll off the MACD the next time, and they'll get rolling back up. So there you go, guys. I would say that's a good pre-market review right there for a Friday. I'll keep you posted how the SPY's going to look today and what's going on. But I'm not expecting it to do a whole lot. I don't think they're going to give us a good look for anything, and this is what I was kind of thinking was going to happen, to be honest with you. That's why I wasn't expecting it to go through, and even when it went through yesterday, I was still a little like, wow, that was wild, but it could still pull back, and it did. So yeah, we might still have that one more pullback. It's really tough to tell today, and we will keep an eye on it. And yeah, LITM is up as well. That one's looking good right there, and that's another one we've been looking at. So, and I know Stock Authority's been on that one. I told you that I've been talking to him about that guy, so keep your eye on that. And Adobe, let's see Adobe. That one was way down, wasn't it, Luis Rodriguez, right here? And yeah, it is trying to curl back up, so let's keep an eye on Adobe. It's trying to make a base, but we just got to be careful. It could run up here and then pull back. I'll keep an eye on Adobe as it opens up today, see what it really wants to do there. But that's one to definitely keep an eye on. And there we go right there. Triple witching days change everything for sure. We were talking about that last night. So there you go, everybody. Appreciate everybody hanging out for a pre-market show. And again, have to hop off a little early today, so I'm going to roll out. I usually stay on and do a bunch more, but there you go for today, and I would say that's a good pre-market review. It is a little red. Everything else is kind of flat right there. So I will keep you guys posted as what I see for the SPY, but again, I think it's just going to be one of these kind of flat days, maybe even a little bit of easy pullback, nothing crazy, and then maybe we see pullback again. I'm not even sure. And what did he say? Glum end the markets weak as tariffs loom, and then stocks wobble. These two rarely noticed measures say valuations are stretched. Hard data still trumps vibes, and then the Dow and S&P 500 futures fall, and stock slips Stocks slip as companies result add to tariff gloom. So now I guess everybody's worried about tariffs again today. And there you go. So, and then you have your triple witching day as well. So good stuff. And again, we didn't think it was going through, but that's how it looked to me. And I was just telling you what I saw. So we'll keep you posted today, let you know how it looks. And there you go with a good pre-market review. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me a message on X or just post a comment. You know I'll respond. And there you go. Any questions? Like I said, we'll figure it out from there. But we just have to keep an eye on it day by day. And I'll let you know what's going to be trying to pop up today. And we basically saw everything popping up already. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything else going. They usually do just pop in the mornings on Fridays now, and then get the market set up for the next week. So we'll see what it wants to look like, but I don't think it's going to give us a good look. So that's what I see right there. And again, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. So be sure to trade smart, lock in your profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.